This is religious trauma in the daily life.
We shot a day in the life.
What does that even really necessarily mean? Like,
just like the trauma. I mean, as we're unraveling this,
because we
trauma.
are experts or we are people that have suffered from this, and we have a podcast about religious trauma. That means it probably presents itself in our relationships and our daily patterns and our mornings. And it's like, are you okay with that? Are you okay with being somebody that's like
traumatized?
You have religious trauma, which means you probably suffer in every area of your life.
Just take the religious out of it, and it makes a lot more sense.
You have trauma.
You have trauma.
Yeah, everyone has trauma.
How does it affect your daily life?
Which means if you're watching this, and I guess you're right, if you don't have religious trauma, then just take the religious out of it, and this applies to anybody.
Yeah. I think we all have just a lot of trauma when you think about that. Like when I take religious out of it, it's like I have a lot of trauma with anxiety through my childhood that had nothing to do technically. You mean
like things, having the anxiety and not knowing what it was caused trauma?
It caused a lot of trauma for me.
Yeah.
But when I think of religious trauma, it's different. And that's what this podcast is about, is expressing our religious trauma. And it's like, I have trauma in my daily life. I also have religious trauma in my daily life.
So like thinking today's Sunday. We tend to film these Sunday afternoon, Sunday night.
Which is also an interesting metaphor. That we do our podcast about religious trauma on the same day that we used to always go to church.
It's always something to be reminded, is that we're like using some of our trauma for our benefit. It really is.
Also,
it's
Sundays
healing.
are the only days we got.
It's the only days I think most people have off, which is, like if there's one thing that we had every single week, it was community. Even if it was like everything we talk about is trauma here, it's like the one thing that church is for a lot of religions and cultures is that it's people gathering together every week. And so we have that now, bro.
Yeah.
We like, you come over and hang out with Evan now every Sunday, regardless if he's, because we have a podcast. It's kind of like church. It's ritual.